New details right now about the mass shooting in Florida. A man opened fire at a video game tournament at the Jacksonville landing on Sunday. Chilling audio captured the moment as it was being live streamed. And a warning to our viewers, this audio is disturbing.
It's not a tough out today. Excuse me, not an easy out.
Now, police say the gunman shot and killed 2 men before turning the gun on himself. 11 others were injured, 9 with gunshot wounds. The 2 victims have been identified on social media as Eli Clayton and Taylor Robertson. Both were competing in the tournament. Now, police have not yet released a possible motive. For more on this, we go to anchor Heather Crawford from our sister station WTLV in Jacksonville, Florida. She is live in front of the Jacksonville landing, the scene of the tragic shooting. Heather, it sounds like this could have been a lot worse, although we have 2 young men who unfortunately lost their lives. How quickly did police respond?
Erica, the response from first responders was simply remarkable. It just so happened that firefighters with Jacksonville Fire Rescue were training right across the street from the Jacksonville landing, which you can see behind me is still roped off today with crime scene tape. They were there training, and they started seeing people running out of the landing who had been shot, who had been injured. And instead of waiting for police to secure the scene as they're trained to do, they didn't have protective helmets on, they didn't have their protective vests. They ran right into the danger zone because they knew seconds mattered, and they were there to save lives. So their quick response, getting to the scene, which is minutes after this tragedy started unfolding, no doubt saved countless lives.
Now, true heroic acts. Now, you've been there all day, and we're starting to learn more about some of the survivors. What are you hearing?
So there is a young man, 26-year-old. His name is Timothy Anselimo, and we just a few minutes ago heard from his mom at the hospital here in Jacksonville. So she says her son is a huge gamer. He's actually ranked number 25 in the world for this Madden gaming tournament that was happening yesterday. She lives out of town, as does he, but she knew he was here. She heard that there had been shots fired, that there had been people killed, and she didn't know if her son was alive or not. So she got in the car, drove to Jacksonville. Took her 3 hours. Can you imagine a mom not knowing if her son was injured, if he was dead, if he was alive? As she finally got here, she found out that he had in fact been shot 3 times, and right now he's in surgery, having surgery on his hand, his gaming hand, and she says he may never be able to use his hand again. He is expected to be okay, but right now in surgery, and doctors say all the other patients that were taken to the hospital who survived are expected to be okay. But so many stories we're hearing now about those who ran and hid and barricaded themselves in bathrooms and businesses trying to get away from this shooter before that shooter took his own life. Erica?
Thank you so much, Heather Crawford. Of course, we'll continue to follow the story as it's developing. And I mean, what do we even say at this point? Like, we've been on air for, what, over a year now? How many of these stories have we covered?
And you know, as I was looking at the pictures of those 2 young men, you know what I thought is they look like everybody else that's been killed. And when I say that, they look like all of us. I mean, you look around in this room, Bo and Tori, and we have black, white, Hispanic, gay, straight, everybody working here. And think about the shootings that we've had. Same thing. Pulse nightclub, LGBTQ, Vegas, country and western concert. Video gamers didn't have any hair on their face. They're that young. Their lives have been extinguished. Parkland, same thing. Doesn't matter. These are random situations, and the only way that we can stop them is if we as adults step up and do something. No more thoughts and prayers. No more like, let's talk about this and table this issue and all the things that we've done that have led us to this point with another 2 dead young men, another 2 families that are devastated. Let's actually do something.
And if you want to do something, guys, whether you're with me, you're against me, whatever it is, just vote. Make your voices heard. Knowledge is power. You have midterms coming up. They matter for this type of situation.
I think the heart of the matter is it's a matter of the heart. I mean, that's just me personally. I think that as a society, we've got to look inside ourselves and find out why things like this are happening. You know, I know Tori, her solution may be more on the voting table. For me, it's about I don't know. I think about the humanity of the way people responded to this. And I know that that's trying to be optimistic about trying to find the good in this, but I am looking for the good in this because I'm not sure we can eradicate evil in all corners of our earth. I don't know if we can actually do that. I'm just looking for the good in something.
But this doesn't happen in other developed nations.
It's just country. It's just this country.